everyone, this is a really special one for me because I'm here today with my guru and I call him Guru Gulraj.
So kind, Shalini, thank you very much.
You know, he's been a mentor to me, a man I have admired, a man who's given me a sense of direction, and that's the reason we are here today and we have some big news. But Gulraj, before we go there, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody.
So, just like you guys know, Shalini is a happiness coach. I'm a business and leadership coach. So, I concentrate on helping leaders turn things around. So, I help people get back on their growth strategies. But today, we're so excited to talk about something big, and the big announcement we have. Shalini, you talk
Should
about?
I? So we did actually work hard for a long time, and people were wondering where I was hiding away, but I was hiding away with Gulraj because we have written a book together. And are you going to share the name or should I?
You share the name because here's how it worked. There was about 20 or so names that we shortlisted, and all of them I had invested my blood, tears and soul into. And I finally had to succumb to Shalini's love for Shah Rukh Khan.
There you go. That's where the name came from. So the book is called You Zindagi, and I think you all are going to love it. Gulraj, I think it's a great title. Everybody loves Shah Rukh Khan. Everybody's going to love our book.
Absolutely.
So we already halfway home. But Gulraj, the interesting thing is that when we started talking about this book, do you remember that time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know where it came about?
I'd love to tell everybody that it was on a plane ride from Melbourne to Brisbane where we were doing a leadership summit or something, but which is true. Shalini and I, we do travel together and we do go to leadership summits together. But this book, actually the idea came at the poker table.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Came at the poker table because there's so much that we have to there's so much we think about when we're talking to people at the poker table, and I am not as good as her, so I get knocked out and I just watch, because poker is more about learning and watching and learning and watching, and I'm watching people and the psychological point of view comes right in, and so that's where it started.
You know, it's funny, when I started playing with Gulraj, I didn't know him that well, and we actually got to know each other over a poker table, and today we have a book together. It's quite amazing. But I didn't know this psychological part of it, and the fact that he's saying he's always out of the game, oh no, somebody who understands what the next person is going to do is never out of the game. He is in the game and in the game to win it. So it's like in it to win it.
In it to win it.
Yes, and that's what the idea of the book is as well. Now, Gulraj, I want you to share with everybody, because I know you're going to do it better than me, is how we can change our life in 21 days.
Yeah, changing the life in 21 days. So the book, in fact, it is divided into 21 chapters. Every single day, one chapter a day. One chapter a day, and it's written for the layman, it's written for you and me, and it's written for everybody. It's written for the person. When I sat down with Shalini, I said, you know what, it has to be written at the class 8th, class 9th level. Anybody should be able to read it. There shouldn't be any jargon. There shouldn't be any point where somebody says, you know what, I don't know what, but I don't know why I got switched off. People have to be captivated and stay on with the book, because 21 days they have to last it through, and every day gets a little easier than the last, and that's how the chapters are organized of the book. So Shalini and I, we sat down on this, and the planning was tremendous. What has to be written, and your stories, they're so amazing, because I'm the content person, she's the story person, and then...
Yeah, but we all have a story, and we all know that. We've all read this whole concept of we can change our life in 21 days, but how many of us imbibe that concept? And the idea of this book is that keep it simple, just carry it along with you, because sometimes you just need that inspirational quote, you just need to, you know, hear a story or read a story and feel inspired, and that's what the book is going to do to you. And let me tell you, don't get bored, because it's not one of those giving yarn kind of stories. It's got a lot of sense of humor, so you're going to actually smile through the book and make a difference to your lives, and I think everybody's going to want to copy. It's like a must do.
Now I wanted to actually talk about the whole concept of 21 days, if I may.
Of course,
okay.
Of course.
So I believe change has to be transformative and permanent, because there's no point in us regressing back to the bad old ways when we have seen things can be better, because I always say, why settle for ordinary when extraordinary is an option? Day after day, when we start to see the things start to accumulate, and it becomes like our code of conduct. It becomes like, you know what, I'm going to pocket this today, and tomorrow it's going to be a little better, and tomorrow it's going to be a little better. And every day is a reminder of that, you know, these are the things I've accumulated so far, and we're building onto it, we're building onto it, we're building onto it. The science says that after 21 days, you can turn a routine into a habit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not a strong habit. In Hindi mein jaise it's not an atut habit. It's a habit that is a little bit kacha right now, but you have to be able to reinforce it over time. But habits are simple to make, but they're very hard to maintain.
True.
So that's the thing.
True.
So,
but it's also tricking the mind, right, Gulraj? Because it's really funny how everybody would tell me, "My God, you party every day. How do you do it? Do you ever sleep? What's wrong with you?"
I've been asking her this for a long time now.
And this is a secret everybody wants to know. So I have to tell you the trick today because I think it's important to understand how we can trick our mind. So I actually maybe probably sleep 4 or 5 hours a day, but I tell my mind I've slept 8 hours
sleep
a
for
day.
8.
No, but I tell my mind that I have slept 8 hours a day and my body has started believing it.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing because 5 hours is now enough for me, and I'm just like all of you, and happy to be. So, Gulraj, you're not agreeing with me.
Well, so one Shalini and I wrote about this in the book. In fact, because men, we need 8 hours a day sleep. Women, because they're the less needy gender, they need 7 hours a day. There's a lot of science behind this, and I guess it's a lot to do with which textbooks you picked up in your college days and what you learned about this in psychology. But here's the thing, Shalini is right that her state of mind has been tuned to this, and yet in the book we talk about the importance of the whole sleep learning cycle and how to live an extraordinary day and how to lead an extraordinary life out of it, because the whole book is about planning and design. That you can plan and design to lead an extraordinary life.
Yeah, and moreover, we have to, Gulraj, create a perfect scenario, because that is a perfect scenario. However, when there's not a perfect scenario, this is what we do. We trick it. So I've been tricking it for a while, and I'm quite surviving on that. Yeah, absolutely. I think, Gulraj, we should leave them with this thought.
Yeah.
And you and me both stand for it. So we must leave them with this thought that if you believe in yourself, everyone believes in you. And that's my message, but Gulraj has his own, so it's to you.
My message is, you know what? If every day can be a little bit better than the previous day, if the next day can be a little bit better than the previous day, we engage something called the law of accumulation. And the law of accumulation simply says that by the yard it's hard, but by the inch, everything is a cinch. And that's all it's going to be about, small steps in the right direction. So we're going to talk a lot more about these things. Now, next time, Shalini, how about we talk about the various chapters that we go into and a little bit about what inspired us for each of the chapters, and maybe give a preview of the book about talking about some of the stories in there.
Absolutely. And, but we're going to keep it a sneak peek because we do want you to pick up that book and keep it in your bag, because it's going to be a great reference book for all of you, and we're very excited today.
Very excited,
Thank you for watching and thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you,
Gulraj, always fun.
See you guys.
See you guys.